Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode two. Where are you at, camera? Two of Chatter of the Squirrel. So this week we're going to hopefully get Alan joined in here on a split screen. If we're lucky, if we're not lucky, he's just going to slide over and we'll do something there. I see that you popped up there, Alan. I do not see a little camera like we're supposed to have so that you can join in with us. That's why I started a little bit early to try to figure out how we get this to work. So, hey, Chris, Shirley, Chucky, glad to see you guys showing up. We're still apparently not very good with the technology side. So that's why we're kind of slow rolling into an actual opening here. Alan, I don't see that it lets me click you in, son.
Well, I put up a comment.
Yeah, it does not show. It does not show you with a little cam. Oh, I don't know what that just did, but it doesn't let me. It doesn't let me join you in. Apparently, we are still technology challenged, people. So we may have to get somebody smarter than us to figure this out. I thought I had it figured out this week, folks. We're slow rolling you a minute and a half here. No, Alan has decided he wants his moniker to be Nut Collector. I am the Deranged Hermit. Jane is the Squirrel Wrangler. He's going to be the Nut Collector. Apparently, we still don't know what we're doing, so he's just going to join me right back here again. And we're going to get this thing rolling now since we're a whole minute in. But anyway, we want to thank you for joining us. I am the Deranged Hermit. This is my son, the Nut Collector.
Howdy.
And we are two wild and crazy guys. So thanks for joining us. And we were just talking. And one of the videos I watched this week about doing Facebook Lives said that we should have some kind of established authority. So not only have I owned a game store for 8 years and been gaming for a long time, combined we have over 60 years of gaming experience. That's our authority, and that's how we're going to woo you over. So anyway, I want you guys to like, share, tag, post, comment, hit the wow button, whatever you need to do to make this thing give the internet some kind of STD. I mean, a virus. I mean, go viral.
Go viral.
That's what we mean. Make us go viral, all right? Hey, Josh, good to see you. So anyway, let's get started with the main thing I wanted to do with this, because this is a big commercial for the Guild is what it is, and hopefully a news program that will bring you stuff you didn't know or show you things that you didn't know in a new light. So this week is League. The Ravnica League is week 3. So if you haven't got in that, it's not too late. So come out for Ravnica League tomorrow night. It's also Standard Showdown. This is week 2. We had 6 last week, so thank you for the 6 people, but really need 8 to make the real thing go. So I'd like to see more people come out with their standard decks and play in the Showdown. It's free.
Is great. It's free.
It's free. You can't beat that. Bring your standard deck. It's free. I've got 6 packs to give away if we get 8 people. 3 packs to first.
The foil guild land in them.
The foil guild land is sweet.
Should
have got one of those to show, but I didn't get a pack. So, so you got we got to remember to scroll here. Hi, Corey. And so that's on Thursday night, tomorrow night at 6:30. So come out for that. So yeah, it's the foil guild land, 2 mythics, and then another foil that can be of any rarity.
Any rarity, yeah.
Then Friday night is also standard again this week, $5. You win around, you get a pack. And then afterwards, we'll play some Commander. So hang out or come out and play some Commander. If you're not going to play standard, maybe we get enough people to play some Commander before or during, but definitely after, get people to stick around. We'll play some Commander. And that also is free. And there'll be some promo cards for people for that too.
Yeah.
Okay? Then Saturday is the big day. I am going to mention that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is at 7. And so come out for Yu-Gi-Oh! If you're a Yu-Gi-Oh! Player. Man, I need some Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. I'm just going to say right now, I need some Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. If you play Yu-Gi-Oh! And you want to support a Yu-Gi-Oh! Community, I got one, trying to have one. I'm an official tournament store, but I can't keep that designation without you guys coming out and playing. So come out and play. Support your local community, Yu-Gi-Oh players, please. All right?
You're still one of only 2 OTSs in, what, a 2-hour radius?
I don't know. Ozark, I don't think Springfield has an OTS. I think Ozark has one. I'm one. I'm not sure if Ravensloft in Lebanon is one. There's not that many, actually. So I would really like to see you guys come out and support the community. But the big thing is, and the number one reason why you need to come out to the Guild this weekend is it's Ravnica weekend.
What is Ravnica weekend?
What is Ravnica weekend? Well, it's a celebration of all things Ravnica. Ravnica Allegiance, to be specific. So we've got a couple things. At 2 o'clock on Saturday, Mitch is going to be running a D&D campaign that's set on the world of Ravnica because WotC has married the two together, and we have magic in the D&D world. There's a setting for it. He's got a group of players that are going to be playing. He's going to have some limited seating for anybody else that wants to try it out. So get here early to ensure you've got a seat. I can't throw 30 people in there, but 2 or 3 of you show up. The first few people, maybe we can rotate you through if there's more interest. That's at 2 o'clock. Come out and play D&D. That's part of Ravnica weekend. Also, I'll have the new guild kits in, so you can purchase those on Friday. But also, we'll be doing a store championship as kind of part of this because they're kind of phasing that out. But I do have a playmat, which I showed last week. Hopefully I didn't do this upside down.
You did that upside down.
Oh, well, yeah. You get this upside down playmat.
Yep.
Do you like upside down play? Or you like that? So get the playmat if you win it. It's going to be a booster draft. So come out and booster draft Ravnica Allegiance with us. And
it's a great draft environment.
It is good. Ravnica is always sweet. Everybody that plays is going to get a Lavinia until they're gone. And there'll be a few who get the foil guild lands. Got some
Another
of those.
chance for foil guild lands, guys.
And I showed you these last week, but there's these nice lithographs, just like the guild banners that I've got in the back there. I'll be giving some of those out as well. All right, yeah. Apparently last week Mitch ran through the Guilds of Ravnica adventure, and there were a lot of deaths. So I don't know exactly if that was player-based or if it was meant to be that way. I wasn't playing, but I know there was a lot of deaths. So anyway, come out and play that. Come out and play the booster draft, $15 booster draft. There'll be some sweet prizes for that, like I was showing you, plus packs and so forth. That's the reason you need to come out on Saturday is to play in that booster draft and win that sweet playmat because there's only one of them. So that's going on Saturday, and then that's the weekend. That's the stuff that's going on this week. So we're going to talk a little bit more.
Apparently Joey got everybody killed.
Joey's not in here, so we can't make super fun of him. That's Jennifer's husband, Mitch's son-in-law. So we're going to blame it on him. He's not in the chat, so it's easy peasy to do that.
Okay.
Another thing I want to highlight is that this week I had a bunch of board games come in. So some restocks on Small World, Ticket to Ride, plus expansions for those. Mm-hmm. So if you like those games, if you like some of those, come out and check those out. I got a new board game, Terraforming Mars, which has got some real good reviews on Board Game Geek. If you go check that out, it's pretty decent complexity level if you like a decently hard board game.
Agricola, I was looking at it earlier.
That's Agricola.
Agricola?
It's not an agricultural cola.
I thought maybe that's what it was.
I believe it's Agricola. But it could be Agricola. I'm going to call it Agricola. I got that in. Takanako, which I had in stock before, but I have that back in stock now. Like I said, we'll have the new Ravnica theme boosters. I got a restock on the Guilds of Ravnica theme boosters. Came back in. Still have some of the ones from Ravnica Allegiance.
Hello, Ricky.
We'll have the new Ricky.
Ricky Hobbs.
Oh,
hello.
Hi, Michelle. Hi, Ricky. Thanks for joining us. What was I saying?
I threw you off track.
Yeah, I don't know. The guild kits will be in. There's also a new Soul Burner deck for the Yu-Gi-Oh players, which I hear is pretty hot. So if it's a Soul Burner structure deck for those who play Yu-Gi-Oh! So check that out. It's selling out everywhere. I got one box, so first come, first serve, and then it's out of here. That's the stuff that's coming in this week, plus the stuff that I mentioned last week that's coming in because I forget what all that was. Alan is going to talk about the card of the week, which he has chosen. I chose last week's.
Right.
He chose this week. So tell us what you chose for us.
I chose, I don't know how many of the rest of you have been playing. Dad, we mentioned this, but I've been playing Arena lately. And I've been building around Rhythm of the Wild. It is a red, a green, and 1 for an enchantment. Creature spells you control can't be countered. And non-token creatures you control have Riot. I've built the deck I was speaking about last time, the Teamer Monsters. A lot of Riot creatures in there, and Double Riot hits hard on people. It really does.
Double haste is really fantastic.
Double haste, you can't stop that.
You can't stop it. It hits you before you can even go,
right.
Wow.
It can't be countered, and it's already attacking. It's great.
Super Slug.
But I just have to say that a turn 4 Hasty Carnage Tyrant is some of the most fun I've had in Standard in a long time. So, Rhythm of the Wild, it's great in multiple different builds. But Riot's a fun ability if you're going with an aggro build.
Multiple stack. So if you get
stack.
2 rhythms out, you're going to give it double or maybe triple Riot if the creature has Riot. So you can give it triple haste. No. You can give it extra +1/+1 counters.
I did swing with a 13/13 Hasty Galta the other day. So.
Yeah, because Galta needs that.
Well, he was a little small.
Needs the haste.
He needs the haste.
The haste is good. The haste is good. We would go with the haste. So, a few comments here. Shirley said that she was up to play some board games, and I'm just going to go ahead and bonus up. I don't know if I'm interrupting here.
No, you're fine.
But we are going to start some board game Saturdays in March. So
yes.
Watch for that. I don't have a date yet. Probably at the latter half of the month. So watch for that on my calendar, and we'll be talking about it here, of course. Yep. But we're going to start doing board game Saturdays sometimes. It won't always be a Magic event on a Saturday night. So if you like board games, we're going to make it so that you're just going to have to play them.
Right.
I guess. I don't know. But we're going to give you more reasons to do so. Hi, April.
Yeah, we'll play some Ticket to Ride. We'll play some Small World. We'll try out
Heroes
some
of Dominaria.
Heroes of Dominaria.
There's a new board game coming out tomorrow, a new D&D game, and I forgot the name of it. I'm horribly unprepared. And then if you saw where I shared earlier, there's a new – it's not till June, but it's called – what was that called? Ravnica? See, I'm horribly unprepared. You didn't see it,
I didn't see it.
Oh, he's new to Facebook. He just doesn't see stuff.
I don't know how it works.
It just got solicited, but it's a new board game based around Ravnica. So watch for that as well, but that's not till June. So we're going to try some different things on Saturday nights. It might be Munchkin. It might be Heroes of Dominaria. It might be Small World, different things of that nature. So be watching for those things. What else we got, Alan?
Well, I didn't derail you earlier. I was trying to be nice, but you did mention that we now have Magic in D&D. They have given us Ravnica in D&D, and I'm wondering if there's a possibility or how long we may have to wait until we have a Magic set on a plane, a D&D plane.
I don't know. They're
crossing over one direction. Are they willing to cross over the other direction?
It took them 25 years to do this. I don't know. They haven't really said anything about doing that type of thing.
I've seen the question posed a couple times, and it seems interesting. What if they all planes walked onto Faerun? Right? Can you imagine Elminster laughing at the Gatewatch? Kind of,
It would be interesting. It would be interesting. So I'd like to see that, but I don't know if they're going to cross those streams or not. The other thing, that I wanted to mention real quick, and I forgot to earlier, so we're going to go ahead and do it now. Last week I talked to you about Donnie Barton, who wrote Imp and the Dark Serpent. Did you know he also made my Squirrel dice roller, which I didn't get the Squirrel dice roller. I've got the Dragon one here. He makes dice rollers. And so there's 2 dice rollers. So check them out. I've got the Dragon one here at the store.
Reasonably priced for the
It's very sweet to put at your house and to use for a dice roller in your home. Whether you play role-playing games or board games, you can use it for your board games. And that means the dice don't go scatter.
Right.
I'm also going to call on you guys who are still watching to like, comment, share, wow us. Even if you don't like us, share us because maybe somebody you shared it to will. So I don't care if you don't like us or not. Just share it, and hopefully somebody you shared it to will. But tag us. Tag somebody you think would want to watch.
Any gamer you know.
Anything like that.
Talk about anything.
We're still filling this thing out, trying to figure out what the right length of time is, what the topics are. Mainly it's a vehicle to tell you what's going on here at the Guild, this kind of stuff we have. But I got a lot of board games, people, and I'd like to see the board gamers that are out there come in and play some board games. So we're going to have some board games Saturday night. So I really wanted to hit on that. Shirley is going to be running those probably.
Yes.
She is a board game geek.
Yes,
she's not the website. She's not the website. She's just a board game geek.
She may own more board games, space-wise anyway, than I own Magic cards.
She may have more board games than I do, and I got a store, so it's a lot of boards. She's got a closet.
We have a closet just for board games.
It's a board game closet.
I don't have a spot just for my Magic cards, but she's got a closet for her board games.
I wanted to hit on this Avison Restored box break. Nobody signed up for it. $25 too much. I can't do it for less than that, people. It's a $250 box of Magic. So if you have interest in old box breaks, you need to hit me up. If there's no interest in the next week or two, I'll just pull it, and I won't try again.
Mom, there's a cavern of souls in there.
I don't have a beta box, and we couldn't afford it anyway. So we're not going to be doing that kinds of thing, you know. Inquisition, Ravnica Inquisition. Thank you, Chris. I hope that's what you were talking about.
I believe that is correct.
Hey, Frank, thanks for tuning in, man. Good to see you. What did I miss? 10,000. We got to remember to scroll. Shirley, what were you talking about 10,000?
I have no idea.
Oh, my goodness. All right. So anyway, I was going to mention a couple things from Blogatalk because I read that. You know, we talked about Re-Blogatalk time. So Mark Rosewater had a lot of comments this week about if enchantment removal were going to be in another color, what color would it be? And it might surprise you to know it would be black. So, and it's actually under serious discussion in R&D to put it in black. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to see it anytime soon, but we could. If they were going to give enchantment destruction to somebody, it would be in the color black. So I found that very interesting as a Magic player to know that black could get enchantment destruction. Red's never going to get it.
No.
And black's never going to get
artifact
destruction. But that they could get enchantment destruction is kind of interesting. And then the other thing from Blogatalk I was going to bring to you this week is that there was a lot of discussion about the innovation product. And I'm going to talk about that a minute, and then I'm going to let Alan give you some ramble on this year's.
Yes.
Some speculative.
I have some speculation.
Okay, so every year's an innovation product, there's a slot. And at the beginning it was Commander, but now it's become stuff like Conspiracy and Battle Bond. Unstable. Those are innovation slots.
Right.
This year, apparently, I'll go into a little bit. There's been a bit of a leak, and I believe we're going to get the announcement at the end of February for this innovation slot. And so the theories going about the interwebs are that this year's innovation is
it's a set that Mero and Gavin, I believe, have both said. It is going to be focused on Modern. It is going to do a lot for Modern. I truly believe that we are going for the first time to see cards directly printed into Modern bypassing Standard. I think we're going to see a set just for Modern. Obviously, we'll have some reprints in there, but they've already discontinued Masters sets, so it's not going to be another Modern Masters, but they said it will have a large impact on Modern. So I believe we're going to get new cards printed directly into Modern bypassing Standard. I don't know what they want to name this, but I think it's something Modern players are looking for. You know, maybe they're looking for more support from WotC in general. I think Modern is, and this shows support.
Bypassing Standard to get a card in Modern is big because a card has to prove itself in Standard before it goes to Modern, and the power level of Standard is less than Modern. So a card going straight to Modern would be something they've never done before. It would allow them to create a higher level of power for that.
Right.
So it seems highly probable that this is correct. I recently just watched and got caught up on a couple of the Tolarian Community College. The professor did an interview with Evan Verhey. Hope I pronounced that right.
I believe.
And then he was also on an episode of Gathering Magic where he did a fact or fiction. And through watching those videos, this all sounds very probable. I mean, they don't say that, but it sounds very possible. I think it's much more likely than the other alternative, which would be modern challenger decks, which seems like a possibility, but seems pretty far out there compared to this.
Not only does it seem, I don't think it just seems a little far out there. I think they're starting to hype this up a lot, and I think that would almost be seen as a slight disappointment to some people, a modern challenger deck.
I don't know about that. I mean, if they were well made like the standard ones, I don't know, but it's a thing. It's a thing that could be. So I think it's more likely that it's a product aimed squarely at modern, with some new stuff, with some cards that probably have already been printed, like in Commander or Battle Bond or Conspiracy, that are modern playable, or even not only just modern playable. What if it's just Eternal playable?
Right.
We did an Eternal Masters, so it doesn't have to be modern.
Right.
It could just be Eternal formats, so that it could be played in modern, Legacy, Vintage, Commander.
Right.
So you could reprint the things that not all of them would be modern playable. They would be legal, but not necessarily playable.
Right. I mean, because anything that comes out in those supplemental sets right now bypasses modern, straight into the Eternal format.
Right.
So I think this will be their chance to print directly into modern.
Right. So lots of things possibly happening. So I think Shirley was making some joke that she has 10,000.
10,000 is a dice game.
It is a dice game.
That's what they were talking about, the 10,000 earlier.
Okay.
The dice roller would be
the
great.
dice roller for 10,000. I got you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Ricky agrees. That's a good concept.
It is a good concept, and something that's been hinted at a little bit on Blogatog in the past, that they might think about doing something like that. Just a few more highlights that I have, because we're starting to run into time here, is that the professor talked about Pauper, and Pauper is on the radar. We just have to remember that Wizards works way in advance, or way behind, however you want to look at it. When Pauper started getting popular in paper a year, 18 months ago, that's about how far in advance Wizards works. So if they're going to do Pauper precons, we're only now getting to a period in time when we might see those.
Right.
And they now have, watching these videos, they now have a policy basically that they don't want to make a partial announcement. When they announce something, they want to announce the whole thing. So they're trying to figure out what that list would be for Pauper, because online has a list, but cards in paper and cards digitally printed aren't the same. So they want to come out with one unified list.
Right.
So hopefully we see something with that.
If you remember, Dad, not to run us over too long, if you remember while we were in Vegas.
I remember a little bit of Vegas, but I can't talk about it.
As we were walking through the Grand Prix, we happened to hear just a tidbit of conversation between the professor and Mayro.
Oh, yeah.
And we heard Mayro.
He bushwhacked him.
Right. What can we do? What can we do for Pauper? And all we heard as we're walking by is recognize it in paper as a format.
Right.
So,
Professor is a big proponent of, and so yay for him.
Right.
And the
bug has definitely been put in their ear. We heard it ourselves as we walked by, and that's almost a year ago.
That is almost a year ago. Yes.
So hopefully we do see something for Pauper.
So, but another interesting thing, I've seen references over time, but one of the things he mentions is in Gavin Verhey's interview is that basically the window for Wizards to do something printing-wise is 5 months. 5 months. That's a lot of months.
Mm-hmm.
So the Challenger decks that are coming out in April, that's about as fast as they can do them.
Right.
The Pro Tour from October, November, whenever it was, they got their list together almost immediately, and it takes 5 months from that point to the design concept to getting them designed, printed, packaged, shipped, to where they need to be, into distributors' hands and to the store. It takes 5 months. So there's not an immediate turnaround. It just takes a while. So even if today Wizards had a great idea, or wanted to do something, you would see 6 months to implement it at best. And that's not talking about a new set.
Right.
So I found that interesting. I'd never heard that number exactly at that, but 5 months is a long time. So think about that. All right, Alan, have we got anything else?
I think we've covered everything. We would love to hear anything you guys have to say.
Right. Is there any questions out there real quick before we wrap it up? Because we're getting close to the end. Again, I would really enjoy and appreciate if you would share this, comment, post, like, share, wow, LOL. I don't know. What are all the things? Again, make us an STD.
That's right.
Make us go viral. Make us infect everyone that you know that likes the game, and even the ones who don't.
That's right. Everybody likes the game. They just don't
come out to the guild. I got a lot of space, folks. Lots of space. It's air conditioned in the summer. It's heated in the winter. It's well lit. I got space. Come out and play your board games, your card games, your role playing games. There's lots of room here.
Are we going to see more deck list? Well, if you want to see more deck list, let us know.
We got to figure out this double camera thing. We are having lots of issues with that because it's not working like I thought it would.
Yeah, we read a lot of stuff about how it should work.
And I thought this week we would have it. And I don't know. I don't see any way on here how I can add any of you into it. And that's not what we found. So if there's anybody out there with Facebook Live experience that wants to explain to me what I'm doing wrong, I'm a tech nobody. So
but hit us up with any comments if there's anything you want to see in the future, and we'll definitely.
I'll be posting this to the page, so you can still comment on it afterwards, and I'll check on that. But we do appreciate you watching. I think we got up to 10 viewers this week, I saw. And we've got almost 30 comments. So I appreciate all of you. And yeah, I'm looking around to make sure none of my props didn't get used or none of my notes weren't used.
They're all good.
I think we got through everything we wanted to. And that's going to do it for us. We'll see you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat station.
Yes.